Hassan and Abbas. We're H.O.A. We started H.O.A last summer in 2021. We've already accomplished a lot with our first brand, which was Dish Dash. And we're still doing a lot of things with it. But H.O.A came in when I started to go back to my old roots, 2006, 2007, when I used to live in Miami. I was more into the deep house, the minimal, the tech house scene. And I wanted to get my name back out, which was A-Bass. And then I said, okay, just let me pause and think for a minute. And I said, let me do it with my brother since he still likes the same type of music. So we created H.O.A, which is H.O.A. It's Hassan, O, Abbas.
Created the brand Dish Dash first, and then I think we reached to a level where, okay, I think we're successfully with this brand, but obviously the sound of the minimal tech, groovy type of vibe, we like it, but again, we cannot
go as Dish Dash,
you know, so that, for example, if we want to get booked in Berlin or get booked somewhere else, and we cannot tell them, oh, this is our profile, Dish Dash, playing main stages and doing this stuff. But we had to create something that will basically put in the people's head that we have a different sound that we like to play, and I think we do accomplish a lot of good things with it, and we see it actually going much further than what people expect.
Try different sounds. Don't judge. Don't say, I don't like this kind of music. This kind of music is whack. This kind of music is... If it's not for you, it's for somebody else. Just you don't need to say it. Nobody needs to know it. Khalas, keep it for you. Experiment, go, try different music, do your own things, and just stop judging. This is the main advice I give. Don't judge, just do you.
I think also just dig deeper on searching for new sounds and new ideas on doing. So what makes a DJ or a good DJ is to play these tracks that you want to hear on the dance floor that nobody knows, you know? So this is what makes it live. So try to be unique on your selections, but also have the variety of playing everything. This is what I think would be a good advice. I think basically it's a very important part for a brand to have a residence. So basically, like, one of the biggest brands of the world are known because of their residence, basically. Like, for example, DC10s, the residents of DC10s, also Cocoon, also H.O.A, for example, he has the brand. At the end of the day, we are the face of something that we want to implement and let people know about. So once this grows bigger, if the brand goes bigger, the resident will be bigger.
It's like getting the brand and getting the artists out there, and both the brand and the artists push each other to grow bigger.
Exactly.
So you as an artist, you make new music, you make good music, you're a resident with this brand. The brand goes bigger, the brand does a party in Ibiza, the artist goes bigger, so it's a win-win thing, a brand.
And some people actually come to these, for example, like back in the days, I think Carl Cox, when he was the resident, before he was Carl Cox, everybody used to go to Space to listen to him. You know,
and then he had his night, and then finished, he started to be...
So eventually you'll evolve on creating your own name, but you will be associated with something that will push you much stronger. So some people would say, oh no, why should I be a resident and stay there and do all of this stuff? No, but this will open doors for you. This will be even for us, like as H.O.A, to become a resident for any brand or anything, we see the potential of something happening bigger, because as artists, we want to push H.O.A. So eventually this brand wants to be pushed. So it's a win-win situation, like I said.
The nice thing about a resident DJ, when you go with your brand and you go to different places, as you were saying, you experience different crowds. And if you're someone that went different places before, you know how to interact with the crowd. Like, let's say if I go to Egypt, because I've been there a lot, I know what to play there, you know. If I go to London, so a very important factor for a DJ is to know how to read the crowd and to know where is the brand going to land. If it's landing in Bahrain, finish. You have a system in your head. The Bahraini people love this. If you go to Egypt, the Egyptian maybe love more of a hard scene.
Do your homework.
Yeah.
Basically.
Just
I would
read the room, play the room, know the country, do your research about it before you go. Just to, you're at the end of the day as a brand or as a resident, you're going there to make people have fun.
Exactly.
So you have to know what they love and do it with your sound.
Especially if you're an upcoming artist, you have to understand where you're going and understand the venue. Okay, this venue, for example, books, I don't know, let's say Ricardo Villalobos Rush, but if I understand this is the direction of these places, this is what they like.
People
So
love this. So
I would, I think, advise for all the residents of any brand, just study where are you heading to and where are you going. At the end of the day, you have your own sound that is unique, but also you have to at least put in the work on understanding what's there. So. I think first of all, understand what is the brand and make sure that it's aligned with your direction and what you want to do or where you want to become. You have to visual what you want to do in the next 5 years. Okay, if this brand, for example, let's say a new club is just open for the sake of a club, then is this what you want? Just to stick to something and then move to the other, or do you want to grow with something? So having to be a resident in a club, there's a difference in becoming a resident of a brand. So a brand obviously is moving everywhere. A club is something that is
there.
Do you
So
want
you
to
have
travel?
to
Do you
stay
want to go?
there.
Just understand what is your direction first. What do you want to do and achieve? Some people will start as a resident in the club and then start their own brand, for example, and become their own resident of the band. So you have to just study it.
Study it. Some people would go to a club and be a resident, and then every week it's back, and then they say, okay, you do your own night.
Exactly.
After he does his own night and his own brand, he starts to tour the world with his brand. So you never know what's gonna happen when you become a resident.
Exactly.
It's just like something.
Yeah. Like you said,
it's a gold mine. You don't know. You're gonna dig. You don't know what you're gonna find.
Exactly.
But just stick with your sound and follow
the direction
sound
that you want. But if becoming a resident for a club, like he said, eventually it will evolve on having your own night. And when you have your own night, that means you're creating your own brand. So when you create your own brand, you are the resident of your brand. So you could go and travel the tour, like Abbas said.